What's cracking, guys? Omar Isaf here, back with another video. I was going to try and get this video up this morning, but here we are now in the evening because I want to talk about strength, hypertrophy, and as it relates to the time of day you train. In other words, why are you weaker in the morning? Because this is kind of a known fact. I'm sure you probably have experienced it yourself, or you might normally train in the afternoon or in the evening, and then suddenly one day you train in the morning and the weight feels heavy. Why is this? What the hell is the explanation? Is this something you should be concerned about? Should you train at a particular time of day? How do you adjust to this? What is the meaning? What's going on here? I know for myself, before I go on, recently I've been trying to be a more productive human, so I tried training in the morning, and my training, quite frankly, has been going like ass. I noticed I was definitely a little bit weaker, and I thought, is this it for me? Is the gain train? I was getting, so much progress, and now suddenly I just feel weaker overall. What is going on? Fear not. I have to give huge credit to Greg Knuckles, Eric Helms, and Mike Zordos for their mass monthly applications in sports science, I believe is what it's called, where they do monthly reviews on a variety of different studies. This one is super relevant for everyone out there, especially if you train in the morning. I took a look at how the time of day you train affects your results as it relates to strength and hypertrophy. The decrease in strength you experience in the morning is actually called the acute morning neuromuscular deficit. It's a known factor. Why does this occur? Well, essentially your nervous system in the morning isn't used to or isn't ready for the heavy weight you'll be lifting. So if you're used to lifting at, let's say, whatever percentage, 80%, it's normally been observed a 5 to 10% decrease in strength in the morning. In an acute sense, and what I mean, well, if you make the transition from training at a later time to a far earlier time, you'll probably notice right off the bat you'll feel a lot weaker, and that is this neuromuscular deficit. Your body just ain't used to training early. But the bit of positive news, especially from the latest bit of research, is that there doesn't appear to be any detrimental effects when it comes to strength training in the morning over a long period of time. So initially, when you train in the morning, and we know this, you don't feel as good. The weight feels a lot heavier, and you think to yourself, wait a second, is this just because I'm not a morning person? Is this always going to be the case? Well, this study and several other studies seem to indicate that your body will adapt over time to when you train. So what time of day that you train at. If you're not used to being a morning person like myself, it's gonna kick your ass the first few times. And this will explain, take a look at what time you train. I know a lot of you guys out there, you're employed, you go to school, maybe you're just a YOLO that trains at a variety of different times. You'll notice that your morning sessions are suboptimal, and this can be explained once again by that acute morning neuromuscular deficit that occurs. So if you're used to training at 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. and suddenly you got a job where it's like a 9 to 5 and you need to train before that job, so now you're training at 6:30 like in the study that it was done, it'll probably take you 5 weeks to adapt to your normal strength levels. This means you should take this into account. This is one of the huge takeaways if you suddenly have one morning training session, or you just need to train a lot earlier. Because of this acute response, you have to take that into consideration. So whatever numbers you're hitting, probably lower it by 5% for that day. Just because if you don't, then all your RPE, if you use auto regulation, will be all over the place. If you have a planned certain percentage, you got to do triples at 80%. Well, that 80% is probably initially going to feel like 85%. So you should adjust. Point number 2, if you, for some reason, let's say you have a variable training schedule, so sometimes you train in the afternoon, sometimes in the evening, and sometimes early in the morning, you should make sure that your harder training sessions are in the afternoon and evening, especially if you rarely train in the morning, because when you do train in the morning, you'll probably feel less optimal, more sluggish, more tired, your body won't be as coordinated, so you want to make sure you do your lower volume, lower intensity day during the morning. You don't want anything affecting your results, you want to make sure you're optimizing your training. In conclusion, if you start training in the morning and you notice that your strength goes to shit, this is normal. I should have known this. I was getting a little scared thinking, what's going on, man? Am I not eating my green beans? What's going on with my training? It is something that we know about. It's something that you could take into consideration. If you keep training in the morning, after a month or two, it should go away. If you have a variable schedule, just make sure you plan an easier workout during your morning training sessions. And really, when we talk about optimizing training, it's all these small little details that really do make a difference, especially if you're an intermediate or advanced lifter just trying to get all the gains you can get. Anyways, guys, that is the video. Thank you so much for watching the video. A nice little short video. I have a question for you. What training session do you want to see? Do you want to see an upper body session? Do you want to see a bench session? Do you want to see a back training session or a lower body session? I'm posting, or I will be posting, part of my mass phase, one training video at least per week, but I want to hear from you guys. Let me know in the comment section below if you liked the video. If you enjoyed this video, you made it all the way to the end of the video, make sure to like the damn video. And lastly, make sure to check out Mass. I think it's a phenomenal research review. I think these guys are killing it. Link to that will be in the description, and I'll see all you guys, my rascals, in that next video. Peace!
Eat your vegetables, eat your vegetables, eat your fucking vegetables.